Okay, let's do a brief audio and visual check. Make sure everyone can hear and see us all right. As always, welcome to Slow Markets. I'm Coach Dakota. To my left, your right is Baron. And yeah, in the YouTube chat, as always, there's our Topstep risk disclosure. Everything we go over is for educational purposes only. It's not financial advice, it's not a signals class. Let's get it started. I am in a trade long the NASDAQ from 24,550. I was long 4 micros. I took some profits up here, as we were getting to 600. I have 2 micros as a runner, and this is a live account, so we're starting Slow Markets off with a bang. How are you, Baron? How was your trading day? What are you looking at?
I'm doing good. I did take a trade on NASDAQ today, just on paper. It ran for like 150 points. I got like 75 points out of it, but
okay.
Started looking at NASDAQ again. I am in a gold long right now. I'm looking for this New York high to sweep just based off how strong this New York AM session was. The thing I'm not loving about this trade is we keep wicking out right near VWAP. This volume profile, since it's on the micro, this is also slightly wrong. The POC is down at 4062.7 based off the mini. So we just bounced from there. We had a CVD divergence near the lows, and I'm looking for buyers to shove us through this VWAP and take out these highs. Head back up towards 4100.
Okay. I like it. You are in along there in gold, in the money. Man, that's a nice trade. Buy the dip on gold is what it is looking like. So, man, we starting action really quick and to start very soon. And you know what? That's actually reminds me. That reminds me, chat. Let's get the likes up. Let's get up to 1,000 likes. And like I said, I'm gonna put in that request. I've already started talking to the team. Shout out to Danielle. She is the brain behind everything. Man, we can make this happen without her. But yeah, if we get to 1,000 likes, like I said, supply and demand. If you guys demand it, then I'm more willing to be flexible and start Slow Markets 30 minutes early because of the daylight change, right? The time zone change. We have the liquidity coming in just a little bit sooner, so 30 minutes sooner. Interesting to see. I am in a long. Baron's in a long gold. I'm in a long the NASDAQ. I'm up $250 locked in, trailing this baby up 50 points, 53 points. Man, this is it's volatile. It's volatile. We're seeing this volatility. How have you been navigating this, man?
I mean, gold hasn't been too bad. Called out some shorts last night in my Discord. Those were both pretty clean. Once we dipped down to 4,000, we dipped right under there and got bought back up immediately. I did miss the rally today. I'm not liking this trade because of how we're reacting at VWAP. So I did bring my stop to just above break even. I kind of want to just cut it, but where it's at now, it's like either break even me or keep pushing up. But yeah, with gold, it hasn't been super volatile. In my opinion, it's there's enough of a move to get a good piece of the pie, and you can still manage risk in there.
Okay, I like it. Someone says, Dakota, what time does your YouTube show start? Well, we started just 3 minutes ago. You're here on time, so we start here at 7:30 p.m. Central Time. We go for an hour and a half, but since the daylight change, even though the daylight time changes here in the U.S., the Asian markets, they still open at the same time, so times can be off depending on the time of year. But we're trading these markets, and I mean, it's been good. Volatility is good, whether it's on the NASDAQ or gold. Sometimes, obviously, the title of the show is called Slow Markets, but we trade. We trade these. If there is no trade, I answer questions. We answer questions. We talk about these markets, different strategies, and hopefully be able to help traders out. And I always have a goal. It's just a fun thing I've been doing lately. We call it the chat take profit. If we get to 1,000 likes here, I'll review it. I'll review this trade. I'll review everything you guys want me to. I had an amazing trade today, Baron, in the personal account. $12,000 on one trade, and I posted on the socials. So if you follow me on the socials, you guys get a little bit of preview. But if we hit the chat TP on the likes, I'll review it. I'll go over it. It was here on the NASDAQ, and I'm on a winning streak in this live account here on Topstep. I started off Sunday night on the green, Monday green, Monday night was green, Monday during the New York session was green, and tonight we're green. So 5 trading sessions. I consider New York and Asian to be separate trading sessions, and tonight is the 5th trading session. So all green on the screen. We're marching our way. Base hits with micros. I see you're trading micros, Baron. Are you still enjoying that?
Yeah, just adding into positions as they go in your favor. It makes it a little bit easier than the mini product, but sometimes you get slightly worse fills. I'm okay with it.
Worse fills. In this volatility, it'd be very difficult to trade minis.
On NASDAQ. On NASDAQ.
Yeah, on the NASDAQ. Yeah, not gold. Not NASDAQ.
NASDAQ. Like you need. Today, I took a paper trade and it was like I needed a 35-point stop, which is almost double my regular stop size. So.
Yes. It's the same thing. In this account size, it's definitely micros for now. Now I say that, and if we get to that 1,000 likes, you guys will see my personal trade. I was long 5 minis from like 24,000 440s, and two different worlds. It's the same analysis, the same setup, but execution, 2 different account sizes, 2 different processes. Hopefully being able to show them both. I mean, that's what we're here for, being able to show, hey, we're trading a prop account, we're doing analysis. And by the way, the same way I'm viewing these markets in a prop account and analysis in a prop account, the same way I'm doing it in a personal account and analyzing the personal account. So it goes hand in hand, because I want to see traders continue to transition from, hey, we have the confidence in trading in sim, to trading and getting funded, to getting into a live account, to being able to do it on their own, which is ultimately the goal. Okay, question for you. You've went through the process. Have you went out and just started trading on your own at all since the prop world?
Yeah, I have.
Okay. Have you noticed a difference? Is there a difference in anything?
Well, I've done it a couple times. What I noticed was happening, and I wasn't putting a lot into these accounts, like 5K, 10K, 5 to 10K, and I'd have a great week or two, and then I'd have a blow up day where it's like, okay, I don't have a DLL, I don't have a lockout button, something along those lines. So I just kind of stopped doing it.
Got it. I mean, it's a double-edged sword. I hear traders talk all the time. It's like, oh, well, in my personal account, I don't have to deal with all these risk parameters, and I can do whatever I want, and I get 100% and this and that. I'm like, yeah, you're right. That's professional. But a lot of traders can't do that because they struggle. I mean, there's a lot of times I do it too, where it's like, I'll just, hold on to this one for a little bit longer, and it goes worse against me, and hold on longer, and then I don't have the risk management settings to just step in and just like, hey, you're being emotional, just lock out. Tomorrow's a new day. So I don't have that luxury, and so we just have to be aware of it, and it's a slippery slope. That is for sure. NASDAQ. Yeah. Let's go through. Go ahead.
On that, I mean, I've only been trading for 4 years, so I'm still developing as a trader, right? So, it's easier to make mistakes on the props. Still, I still make mistakes day to day, and you still have to see that level of development before. It's also in terms of ROI, right? Like, if I go and get a prop account, it's what, $200 to get in the XFA, versus me putting up $5,000 of my own money. So
exactly, and that's why prop firms are so useful. Like the prop, like that's why MP created it. That's why I love to be able to trade in a simulated account, work my way up to a live account, and the return on investment, if you do it correctly, is just multiples, right? You get multiples. You're able to control it if you do have the mesh, still learning, developing as a trader. It's a safer environment to learn for sure. So let's go through. I'm going to do a rapid fire. See, traders, let's go through the NASDAQ, then we'll switch over to gold. Continue to watch this trade. Like I said, we're seeing volatility tonight. We had that big rally. We're not seeing much continuation so far. I'm still long 2 micros from 550. We'll see if we could get back above these 600s. But let's do a regular rapid fire to see how this market's doing from a top-down analysis, which I start on the daily. So starting on the daily, we had another sell-off today. We broke through Friday's low. We came down, and if you guys watch fast markets during the day, I was looking for this level, and sure enough, we got this level around these 440s, and I was like, yeah, we should be bouncing off this, and sure enough, we did bounce off of it. I mean, I would like to see more support around this level, maybe look for a nice pullback, some buyers stepping in. We're starting to see a little bit of it tonight. And if we do continue to break down, I'm going to look for October 10th low. So October 10th low is 24,100s, 180s. It's a big zone. That's going to be the area I'd look for if we do continue to start breaking down. Zooming in on the hourly chart, I mean, it's a downtrend. We're in a downtrend. It's pretty straight, clear, and obvious, right? Downtrending market. The question is, can we hold? Can we find some buyers? You can see I am in a long profit taken, managed risk, tight stop. So I don't mind taking a risk to the long side a little bit here. Maybe we consolidate, get a little bounce up, retest of this major level. Maybe we get a retest of this zone before maybe we do have that sell off, or we come back up and we make a leg higher just like we did earlier. And I mean, it's normal for these markets. Maybe a buyer step in, push us up a little bit, and then we continue. I mean, we're seeing volatility, so it's a little difficult. I mean, on the hourly chart, you could see what I was looking at in the middle of October. I was looking at these levels, which where we are at right here, right now. We bounced off it. We've 430s, 420s, and we're starting to bounce off of it again. That's why I'm more willing to buy it down here at this level than I'd rather be a buyer than a seller right now. I'll just say that because of the risk reward. And you see how these rallies are. Like we can rally like 300 points just out of nowhere.
I think the market's waiting on, you have NVIDIA earnings tomorrow, and then you also have you have the jobs reports on Thursday, which we haven't gotten in month and a half.
Yeah.
So those are 2 major factors coming into this week. Like if that jobs report is, if NVIDIA doesn't deliver on their earnings, which, I mean, if you look at their historical performance in the last year, Wall Street hasn't really liked their earnings right after the report, but then the stocks moved up after, weeks after. But that jobs report, if it's negative, like you could see this spill off a little bit more.
I agree. Tomorrow's Wednesday. It's going to be a very big day after the bell, right? Because like you said, NVIDIA earnings, and the market will be able to try and digest it overnight. But then that following morning, I mean, like you said, like look at all this data that's coming out. That it's not small data. This is big data. Like this isn't the jobless claims. This is non-farm on a Thursday, and unemployment rate. So it's just crazy. We're going to see tons of volatility. I mean, maybe overnight, tomorrow night during slow markets is going to be insane. Like we're seeing volatility tonight. I mean, wait until tomorrow night when the volatility steps in from NVIDIA earnings and then data, and a lot for this market to digest. If we're going to see a breakdown of this stock market down towards 24,000s, if NVIDIA misses, man, do we see tech just tumble? Do we just see a limit down type day?
I think NVIDIA could spark some of it, but like to me, the jobs is more important overall.
Okay. I know the Fed Fund tool, the interest rates for December, they're looking at, it really is a coin flip, a 50-50. Well, are they going to cut rates or are they not? It's been hanging out around 50-50, right?
I haven't looked at the Fed.
Okay.
I haven't looked at Fed Watch.
I'll let you look at that. I'm going to go over gold real quick. We went through NASDAQ. I'm long NASDAQ 550. I'm going to run through gold. We'll look at the Fed tool and then turn on some music and trade it up, answer some questions. We still need to get to 1,000 likes, and I'll review my big trade I took earlier. And then we'll do some hashtag slow markets. So while I'm finishing up gold, let's do that. Let's get through some hashtag slow markets. Just go ahead. Go ahead.
It is 50-50, Dakota.
It is 50-50.
It's 48.9 and 51.1. So
man, it's gonna be spicy. It makes it spicy 50-50.
It's like the casino. They've got a 1% edge.
It is. Okay. So there's the socials. If you're new to here, go ahead, tag me in a social, tag me into hashtag slow markets, whether it's a trade, whether it's your setup, and if I like it, I'll review it on the show. So let's take a look at gold real quick. This is a daily chart on gold. We had that major rally, a pullback, consolidation around 4,000. We tried to break out. We found resistance, and we were right back down. This was major. I say this, but these 40,040s, these 4040s, it was major resistance. Now, is major resistance becoming support? And are we going to make a leg higher? Because this is a higher low. So now, is this going to be a higher low and we make a leg higher? I'm going to lean towards yes, because I have a long gold in a longer term perspective. I'm bullish gold in the personal. I own gold outright, and so I would love to see this become a higher low and push back higher. But this is a decision zone for sure. Maybe we consolidate here for a little bit until we get NVIDIA earnings and all that information, all that data coming out Thursday to see the Fed fund tool. Are the interest rates going to swing one way or the other? I think it would be a clear picture after this week, after we get all that data for sure. Hourly chart, you can see it's a little bit cleaner, right? This resistance level, this was resistance. It's now starting to try and become support again. If we do start to make a leg higher, pretty clear higher lows continuing to form. And so maybe we get that continuation. If not, we break down, and then possibly we could easily come down and retest this level around these 39s if we do break down here on gold, looking at both directions. Looking on the 5-minute chart, it's a two-sided trade. I'm going to be honest. I think it's a two-sided trade. You can make a really good argument for both directions. You can make an argument to come back down and sell off and go retest these lows. And then you can make that same argument to rally, break out, and maybe retest some of these highs that I think I seen Aaron trades looking for these 4100s to come back in play. So either direction's fine with me.
If it pushes, so where we bottomed out last night was it's the POC since all-time highs. So that's a few weeks of data, 3-4 weeks of data on this chart. But let me switch up to a daily. Yeah, and this is going to be on the micro contract. I could switch over to the mini and pull that data. But the POC, like if you pull this last bull leg, like right before all-time highs, you can see we swept right under this POC and then started to move back up. That was also 4,000, so big psych level in there. On like a middle time frame where we started to sell off Thursday night, Friday New York session, we did hit value area high right at the 80s. Saw that as resistance and, sold off a little bit back down to the 40s. But if we do push past like 141, 110, there's pretty much no volume up there off the sell off from Thursday, Friday. So it could really just start cruising back up to 4,200 very quickly.
Okay. I mean, if we do, we want to get in it. We definitely want to get in it.
Well, you're in it. You're in it on the
long term. But I'm talking about with a bias, scalping it and day trading it here.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep an eye on this NASDAQ trade. Let me know if you see anything in gold. I'm going to get some music started. We'll get this music started, and let's get to some questions. I'm going to review some of the hashtag slow markets. Once again, there it is in the YouTube chat. And yeah, let's go. Let me see if the music's too loud or if you can't hear it, just let me know. Still along 2 micros from 550, looking for that push back up to 600. But we're struggling. We're struggling to find any continuation in buyers. Ever since we tagged these 620s, it's been lower highs. If we can't hold this, I might just bail out. And then I'll take a look at gold.
I mean, it's holding VWAP right now. I think that looks decent for longs.
NASDAQ or gold?
NASDAQ.
NASDAQ. Anybody else in a NASDAQ trade? I might just bring this up to hold that. Yeah, if we can't hold that level, I'm out. Manage that risk. Manage the risk. Late longs, yes sir. Like I said, if we get to 1,000 likes, I'm gonna review that big trade I had. Made 12 grand, 12,000. This volatility has been amazing. Leslie says shorts. Me since an hour in and out. Dakota, how's it going? I'm about to get my first payout from an XFA this week. I did 3,000 today, but I can't do more than 2 minis with my account. I would have gone bigger for a play. I mean, a mini's big in this type of market. A mini is very big.
With the volatility.
Yeah, I mean, I made $700 today in this live account with just 2 micros, just scalping it. It's insane the volatility that we're getting, and technical's been playing pretty good. This volatility and technicals go hand in hand. Let's see if we can get this push back up above these 590s. Should have added. Should have added. This is kind of that pattern I was looking at in gold, right? Higher low, a breakout, and then we come back down and retest, test. And so maybe we get that continuation up higher. So, like, this is the technical patterns that I refer to. This is a 5-minute chart. Higher low, higher high. Is this going to be a higher low and look for that, you know, break and continuation through those 620s?
You know, I'm leaning bullish, but how we reacted off VWAP initially, I don't really like it. We're now below PFC from New York range. I'd see if value area low is pretty close. It's right at 58. See what happens when we get down there. There's not really aggressive seller stepping in though.
I'm bailing. I'm out. Yeah, I just didn't like. As soon as we started to break through this, it's just, yeah, not worth it. Not worth it. 333. And sellers just have so much control in this market. Like, usually we'd see some continuation off that candle. Like, that was a big candle. It was a push from, that's a 100-point move. That was a 100-point move, and we got 0 follow-through. So, I'm out. I'm going to focus on some gold. Let's focus on some gold that we are selling off here.
We're at this value area low. I'm gonna take a small stab here, just with a couple micros. See if this starts to play out.
Okay.
We'll see.
Like in the long here in gold.
Yeah, it's right at value area low. That's kind of where I would like to buy it.
Okay.
You know, I'm buying this before there's a reaction, so
all right.
That's why I'm only going in with 2 micros. There is, you know, there are more sellers down here, and it looks like they're getting absorbed so far. It's another reason why I'm buying it there.
I could see the buys. I could see the buy. Man, nice entry so far.
It's right at break even.
I know. Earlier. Okay, you got in at what price? 60?
Yeah, 60 on the dot.
Okay. I would like 54 if we got down to 54, but we're finding buyers right here. Like, that's a nice wick on the 5-minute chart.
It's not really that there's buyers; it's just sellers are getting absorbed right now. There's passive buyers, I guess.
Passive buyers. Okay. Yeah, let's see if we get this trade going. We're gonna watch that trade. I'm gonna watch. The NASDAQ is continuing to sell off, so I'm happy I got out of that one. I think I got all I could get on the longs in NASDAQ. We're seeing like this is New York session level movements. I mean, look at that. That's 20 points. This is a normal.
Asia's been moving on NQ. Asia's been moving.
It's like fast markets. This is a normal day on the NASDAQ when it comes to volatility, but it's the Asian session. The New York session is just insane when it comes to volatility. And I think I'm going to show everybody. Here's a good example. If you want to see how volatile this market is, you zoom out and you just whip out an ATR. You just pull out an ATR, and I'm going to show everybody so you can put it in perspective how volatile this market is. Look at it. Look at this market volatility. So we thought August was volatile, but you see how volatility has started to increase. Volatility is starting to increase. This is an hourly chart. So the volatility, every 1 hour, we're getting like 140 point swings. Like, this is insane. And with the increase of volatility, we're seeing increased volatility in the Asian session too. So these little lows, these dips, is an Asian session. These peaks are the New York session. So you can see how volatility typically is around the 60 to 75 points. We are double that. So we are definitely double that here in the NASDAQ, and we're continuing to increase volatility. You can see higher lows, higher highs. Volatility is continuing to increase. You can see that on the 5-minute chart as well, like these peaks during the New York session open. That's volatility coming in, and volatility in the Asian sessions continue to get higher and higher as well. I mean, tonight we're at 31 points every 5 minutes, which is just abnormal, and good for us as traders with opportunities. I would look at the NASDAQ.
I did add 2 more micros to this position.
Someone says, Dakota, how do we think about how do I feel about DCAing into Bitcoin during this pullback in price? I don't know Bitcoin enough. I tease Sailor because he just keeps buying and buying and buying, but I don't know. What's your thoughts on that one, Baron? DCAing on Bitcoin as we sell off?
On Bitcoin, I mean, I think long term it makes sense. You look at how far it's pulled off the highs, just in terms of percentage, and you see these cycles with Bitcoin where it's crazy bull leg and then it pulls back 30 to 50%. So it's nothing abnormal for Bitcoin. I think just based off, the history of it, it makes sense. Fair enough, because I mean, it depends on 2 things, right? How much are you willing to risk? What's your DCA? Like, how are you going to dollar cost average? Like, and where's your limit price, right? Because anybody could say, I could DC dollar cost average. I could keep buying it as it goes down until what point, right? Like, would you be willing to keep doing it and hold if Bitcoin got all the way down to 60,000? And I'm going to be honest, people that are doing that might do it on leverage, or they don't have a wide stop loss or can't hold. That's also part of why this market keeps going down, because they buy as it's going down, they buy more and more and more, and then at one point they have to they get liquidated and they force sell, which makes the market just puke and go down lower, right? It's the opposite of a short squeeze. If the market's going higher and someone keeps selling it, eventually they have to get liquidated, and when they liquidate, they buy at market, and it pushes the market higher. So it's the opposite, and that's kind of what we're doing. So the question is, where are you doing it at? How much money do you have to risk? And are you okay with holding if it keeps going down? And what's your horizon? Yeah, because you have to think like the people who bought above 100K, 110, 115, 120, they're all underwater right now if that's their initial position on it. But if you're like, I'm just going to buy $100 of Bitcoin every single month and you've been doing that for the last 5 years, your average position is much lower compared to those people who are underwater. If you're seeing, if it's your first time investing, or maybe someone told you, oh, Bitcoin's at 120, we should buy right now. You see a negative 30% in under 6 months. That doesn't really give you confidence to hold that asset.
Yeah, that's difficult. I like maybe entertaining longs around here, because you see we have a little bit of support that came in. I've been talking about this since last year. I would like longs in the 70s, Will we get there? Maybe, maybe not. I like to see more market structure, right? Like I mean, look at the market structure we saw here, and we got a nice clean breakout. So I'd like to see good market structure, like stable market structure. Will I miss out on trade location? Sure. If this market decides to just, bounce and then make that market structure, I'm going to miss out on trade location, but I'm going to have a higher probability of the market holding, because right now we have a lot of data coming out. We have uncertainty on interest rates, and so I'd rather let the market kind of stabilize a little bit before I put capital to work. But that's just me. You can see on the smaller time frame, we are seeing kind of like that double bottoming, and we're starting to break through some of these highs. But then again, like, we could go into the weekend and wake up and Bitcoin could be down 6%.
Yeah,
it's just so volatile.
Or you could have this jobless claims come out and it's down another 10%.
Yes, exactly. And NASDAQ held right there. NASDAQ held. Buyers held.
GC so far it's holding this value very low. I'm about at break even. So some drawdown was down like $100 on this. So man, we'll see.
NASDAQ, just these moves. Look at the buyers stepped in. Like, that's 50 points, 57 points right there, and more, 60 points. Buyers just stepping in here in the NASDAQ. So we made a higher low, and buyers stepped in. Remember, chat's TP tonight is 1,000 likes. 1,000 likes, and
chat's TP. I like that.
Yeah, that's
gold. Buyers are stepping in. Good buyers are stepping in. I like this now.
There we go.
I just want to see this crack VWAP though.
Yeah, chat's TP. They decided that's what it's going to be named last night. That's their TP. 1,000 likes. If they could get to their take profit, it's going to take a community, right? We all buy the dip. Everyone do it. In the meantime, let's get through some of these hashtag slow markets. We got some of them coming in. Some longtime viewers. We got this one, hashtag slow markets. Feel like I spent a lot of time with DBA concepts lately. Got us on the TV, Baron. We're on the TV.
On the big screen.
Yeah, look, Mom, we made it. If you want us to review yours, like I said, I'll put the link just one more time in there. Tag me. Hashtags. Tag me. Just tag me in it. I'm gonna continue to watch gold. Man, it's buyers just not holding it up. Same with NASDAQ. You get this nice bounce and sellers step in.
It looked good.
Looks good for a minute.
A lot of buyers coming in, and then they just got stuffed immediately.
Mm-hmm. Just coming in and just sells this right back down. On a normal day, I'd want to, like, this is a pullback here on the NASDAQ. I'm like, okay, buy it because we're going to look for continuation. But last bounce we had, nothing. I mean, we still could, and then it's like, dang it. But I'm already up 333, so I don't want to, like, take too much risk on it. Man, gold too. Gold. It looked like we was going to hold, and nothing.
Yeah, it looked like a clean bounce out of that value area low.
Yeah. Yep. And right back down. Testing these session lows. Testing the session lows. 40.57. 40.57. Marlow on the screen. Here's one. Shout out to you, Marlow. Got the Pokemon ball right there. And on the big screen, trading it up. Looks like green on the screen for you. Great work. It's one hell of a TV. I like it. Let's see. You still in this gold trade?
I'm still in it.
I'm going to filter through some songs because I don't... Moflo says, Dakota finally requested a payout, $10,000 after over a year of trading with Topstep. Well, great work. Hopefully that is just the beginning. And just keep that consistency up. When I say trust me, I mean it. put in that hard work and don't give up, it's going to pay off. Like it will pay off. It's just a matter of when, right? You could fail over and over and over again, but the time you don't, it's just such a great feeling. And then, you know, typically you get a lot more after that, or it's more frequent, right? Just whatever you do, don't let it get to your head or your mindset. And look at these buyers stepping in for you.
I'm still not loving it. I'm gonna be honest.
Okay, well, I am gonna look for some gold longs now that we're seeing that type of price action. I don't mind gold longs. Someone says I'm short gold, Dakota. Let's move to the next song. Well, we got bear and long gold, and I'm looking for a long gold. But I mean, shorts have also been getting paid. It's anybody's guess. Nobody knows where this market's really going. We just, you know, make educated guesses, manage risk, because this market could go either direction. But that bounce off those 56s, 57s that it held really well.
It did hold.
NASDAQ pumping. This is that move I wanted in the NASDAQ. We got that pullback down to we got this pullback down to 560s, and now we're getting that continuation. We didn't get the continuation earlier, and woulda, coulda, shoulda. This got me. I think we could. Can we break through these 630s? Like these markets are moving here. Like that's 80 points from the low, and we're setting up a decent pattern right here, testing these equal highs, these 620s, 630s. If we test here again, we're also making these higher lows. So what I'd like to see is possibly a wedging formation that will allow me to get in at a better price and manage my risk. See if we can look for a breakout higher. I didn't notice this, but dang. Yeah, the trade I took earlier today, I got in long and I closed it out. I didn't realize we went up all the way up and touched these 24,800s. We really did find buyers.
Yeah, we almost did a double break on the IB. Almost.
Wow, that's nothing amazes me in these markets. It's just shocking these moves. Yeah, like I said, I'll show that trade. I'll show the trade. Don't worry. I have a TP for the chat. If the chat gets to 1,000 likes, I'll show the big trade I took today during the New York session. So don't worry. I'll show it, but you guys got to hit your take profit first. Joshua, let's get to some more hashtag slow markets. Joshua up 768 tonight after a big day yesterday. Look at that one. $6,100 on your first day.
And I tell this to a lot of people, if you have a big day like that, where it's, you make $6,000 or and you're used to making like 1,000, that next day should be a basic day where you're just, all right, I just want to, I don't want to replicate, because a lot of people chase that big day afterwards. I've done it myself, and usually does not end well.
I've done it myself too, and it hardly ever ends well. I mean, like 5 years ago, I made like $100,000 in a day, and that was my first six-figure day. And the following week, I ended up losing it all of it, like profits and then more. And I'm like, what? That just happened. Like, it was like you're curled up in a ball in the corner of your room. Like, what did I just do?
Yeah.
And so October, when I made that $500,000 that week, I didn't trade the entire following week. I'm like, nope. I've learned whenever I have a good week, I just take the following week off, wait, relax, and then get back to the base hits. So learning the hard way sometimes is what it takes. That gold short or that gold long, it's a good trade. Good trade. I like it.
It's okay. I don't love it still. I think I might just bail on it because I'm not just not convicted on it. We did have the value area low bounce. It's just I would want this push to be more aggressive than it is.
Yeah. Someone says, how did you make 500,000 a week? That's insane. Well, like I said, if we get to the 1,000 likes here tonight on stream, I'll go over the trade I made today and I'll briefly run through that. But it's on my social medias. I talked about it. I've talked about it here in Slow Markets. I'm a trader. I've been trading for 15 years.
Comes with time.
It comes with time. It's not something that you could just start trading and be like, yeah, within a year I'm going to be making that type. No, it's you got to learn to take those $100 base hits throughout every day, and that consistency comes first. Consistency comes.
Do you remember your first trade, Dakota?
Yeah.
I remember. I don't remember my first trade, but I remember my first options trade.
Okay.
I made $50.
Heck yeah.
This is crazy. It's like, holy, I just made $50 just hitting a couple buttons. That was my senior year of college. I had like $500 in the account, so I'd done 10% or whatever. And my previous background was, I was in crypto a little bit, and then just traditional investing. So 10% in a day to me was like,
you're beating the S&P.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah, my first one was on penny stocks. I put all my money in a penny stock called hemp. like it's like marijuana was like popping off.
Yeah.
And the hemp,
I remember that time.
And so I put it all on hemp, and it was like at 40 cents a share. Oh, look, NASDAQ's starting to break out now. NASDAQ is starting to move. And it didn't go anywhere. I ended up losing money.
I kind of want to cut this call trade. I kind of want to hold on to it. But to me, this just doesn't look great. I'm going to cut it. I'm going to cut it.
All right, you're cutting gold. You're cutting that gold trade. Fair enough. Break even. Nice. Hey, that's if you don't like it, don't get in it. Don't get in it. But we made another resistance point here in NASDAQ. I like it. I like these 620s. If we can sell off there for a pullback, I'm going to look for longs in the NASDAQ. Maybe there's, trying to be both sided. Maybe there's some opportunities to short this up here and have a tight stop loss above that level. Looking for a push back down. I mean, we're already starting to sell off, but I'm looking for longs. Gold. Yeah, gold's. It's chopping around, but there's opportunity. I mean, this is still a volatile market, right? Like that's 50 ticks, a little 50 tick pullback. Someone says, I knew the promoters. Knew the promoters of what? Hemp? Hemp? Is that what you're talking about? My first trade was in one $50 contract and moved my stop 6 times and lost $900. Oh man, my first options trade. I can't remember my first options trade though. I don't. I think it was on like it is probably on something stupid. Let's get through some more hashtag slow markets while the chat's making their way to the TP. Slow markets. Thank you, Coach Dakota, for your time. I passed my first combine. Don't want to miss your show, man. Look at that. See, you don't need to pass your combine in 2 days. That's consistency, and I guarantee you, Joey, that you have more confidence trading when you get your XFA with this many days in your account than you do if you just passed it in 2 days. Great work. And Grip South Florida. This is one of my favorite man caves. Got the nice setup. Grip South has showed this a few times, but it's a nice, clean man cave for sure. Never done options. I like futures. I like futures better than options just because it's straightforward and it's a lot simpler to learn if you're a new trader. Here's one. Payout request. I'm seeing a lot of payout requests from slow markets. Like a lot of slow markets traders have been making some money. Just completed day 5, Coach, and requested a payout. No better feeling. that getting rewarded when you follow your plan and execute. Thanks for all your help. My advice, you give the community, now give the man his likes. Give the man his likes. Come on, we got 1,000 like TP from the chat, and I'm gonna review that big trade. And we got one more, and we'll continue. Actually, I am gonna be getting into a long gold here. I'm long gold.
You're long gold? I kind of want to fade it.
Okay, Baron. If fade it. We held these 49s. I'm looking for this one to be a higher low.
I can see it.
No, fade it, Baron. Fade it for me.
No, I was just long.
Okay.
If we reject that VWAP again, then yeah, I'll fade it. But
okay. All right, let's see if we get it now. Let's see if we get it.
It's just what I'm seeing is, some decent buyers stepped up and they just got shut down.
Let's see if we can't hold these 50. If we can't hold this pivot, I'll just bail out. I don't want to risk very much. Don't want to risk very much on this trade. A tight stop. I know I preach small size and wide stops, but we got my risks defined. I'm risking $50. All right, so not much of a risky trade. And I might scale into this to go hit these 63s. We're not seeing a ton of volatility here tonight. Not a ton on gold like we normally do. There we go. Now we're getting some movements. Let's get through these. Let's get to 63s. If we break out, I got a new pivot right here at these. It's not much of a pivot, but we held 60.3. Man, we got up to 62. Got up to 62. Let's get through. Let's get through to these 63s. Someone says gold to 0, NASDAQ to 0. Well, someone's a bear trader, bearish. Volume is meh on gold.
Yeah, it's like we didn't even get that pop. There was a spike at 9, but nothing crazy. Compared to last night. Yeah, it wasn't even as big as last night. So
okay, I moved my stop loss to 60.1. I don't want to risk anything on this trade. $10. That's the most I'm willing to lose since we're already going in the direction. Risk $10 and let this one just play out. We're either gonna get to these 63, 64. That's all I'm gonna be willing to risk with not a lot of momentum. Usually would see a breakout and some momentum. We've seen momentum here earlier. That's kind of what I'm wanting to see. Just we'll see. There's a push. There's a push. Let's see if we can get that.
I know I said I was gonna wait for VWAP, but I just saw something else that I like, so I might.
All right.
I think I'm gonna fade you, Dakota.
Okay, you fade me, Baron. You fade me.
Yeah.
Okay, you're in a short gold. Baron is doing the fade Dakota.
One micro that I'll add into if it looks good. I have almost 10 point stop on this. So.
All right, that's dead money.
I saw something that I couldn't ignore it, so I'm going to take a stab at it.
That's dead money, man. That's dead money. You fade me.
Is it?
Yeah, that's usually Let's go.
We'll see.
Let's get. Well, I'm gonna take one profit here. There's 64s. Stops in the money. Alright, I'm gonna switch up the music because that's just not the vibe. This is not bad. This is a little bit better. Not too bad. Not too bad. Let's. Sellers need to hold this level. We could both make money too.
I'm pretty confident. I mean, I'll just have 2 micros, but I like what I'm seeing.
Okay. Yeah, we need. If sellers need to hold this level, I'm gonna try my stop. I already took profit for one, so I'm happy. I'm happy, and I might just get out of the way for you. Ooh, there's a little bit. There's a little bounce back up into these 63s. All right, I'm just gonna take it. I'm just gonna take profit right here. I'll take a $20 bill. That's dinner nowadays, right? Well, 20 and then 20. So I mean, that's $50. That's $50. So I made $50. See if we can get it filled here at upper 62s. There you go. There you go. $50. Now, Baron, we can sell off for you.
I hope so.
Oh, I still like the longs. I'm gonna be honest. I still like the longs, but I want you to win. NASDAQ failed to get over 620s. NASDAQ failed to get over 620s, and we're pulling back. Let's go through. So what did you see? Tell me. What did you see that gave you that confidence on this short gold?
There's a CVD divergence.
Okay. A CBD divergence.
Yep.
Okay.
So what I'm looking at is you made new highs, so you had more buyers stepping in, but you didn't make a new high. So your CVD made a new high, but your price action didn't make a new high.
Okay.
So you have more buyers stepping in, but you have less reward from it.
Oh, it's CVD. V as in Victor?
CVD, cumulative volume delta.
Got it. Not CBD. Okay. CBD
No.
is, you got byproduct. It's not THC. There's THC and there's CBD in the.
CBD might be something you
We're just talking about hemp, all right? That was.
I know.
All right.
Not
okay.
what you invested in, Dakota. Slightly
Man, I'm still. I mean that was like 15 years ago, but it's still on my mind. Like, man, I still check the stock price. What's that? It's a 0. Let me see. Is that really at 0? This is, yeah, it's done. HEMP. Yeah. There's nothing there. There's nothing. Just HEMP. It's at 0. Look. That's what it was. Just 0. I think this is it. Looks like it. When was that? I gotta look. Yeah, this was back in. Man, this was one of the. Man, it's been a long time. 10 years ago. Yeah, this was in like 2013 when it first started hyping up, and then I lost money and I closed it out. And I remember it jumped up to like $2, but I was buying it like on the somewhere right here. I can't remember. It's just.
I remember there was like TEVA was another one.
And there's a bunch of. It was like the pop bubble.
The pop bubble.
You know, it was. All right, let's look. Your gold trade's working out, man. I like it. I'm gonna get through some more hashtag slow markets while we go through here. Slow markets with Coach DBA in the car, waiting for the kid to get out of practice. There you go, man. You could pull up TopstepTV from anywhere.
In the Tesla, yeah, you can.
Yeah.
You could pull up. You could technically pull up Topstep X in your Tesla.
Yeah, you trade. No, be careful trading though. Don't recommend
You set
trading
it on
driving.
autopilot.
Yeah, I like this one. Here's one. Okay. I got to read this one. I gotta read this one. I'm a chess guy. I play chess a lot. A strong wish to achieve something, the inner drive to succeed and thrive at one's goals and purpose, the desire to be better than yesterday, and to work hard in the process towards making dreams come true. I like that. Nice setup there. The Genesis of Trader. And we got another one. We got another one here. I don't know what this is, but I don't know what this one is. Hector, never quit. I'm ready to get back on track with Topstep. Hey, Topstep is the way to go, man. Learn.
Down $150,000 in the Robinhood account.
Robinhood, no, just delete Robinhood. Come back to Topstep X and grow from there. Don't give up. Don't give up. You only give up. You only fail if you give up. You don't have to risk that much. We were just talking about prop firms. The beauty of prop firms. Robin from the hood. Let's go. Do we get to 1,000 likes? Have we got to 1,000 likes, chat? Come on. I kind of want to review that trade from earlier today. Chat needs to hit the TP. Delete the app and the loss goes away. Yeah.
It's not. I don't think that's how a margin call works.
That's just delete it. Here's this guy margin. He keeps calling you. I'm gonna jump into long NASDAQ though. I wanted to play for the break higher. I want to play for the break higher. We made this pivot. We made this pivot at 620s. Let's get through these 620s. Let's get for a break. Let's get it. I'm gonna add to it. I'm gonna add. This is kind of the move I'm looking for. Break through these 620s, through the 630s, and let's make session highs here. I could put a. I don't mind increasing my risk on this trade. I'm in a little bit late, so I got sacrificed some trade location, but liking the push up higher. We're seeing more volatility, more volume here in the NASDAQ than what we're seeing in gold.
Yeah, gold's kind of dead right now.
Yeah, gold ain't it tonight, but we are seeing, we're 620s. Let's get through the 620s. I'm liking it. There you go. 620s. Oh, blowing through these 20s. Let's get through the 630. 630 is going to be level session highs. Session high at 630, and we'll make some more money tonight. Session highs. 630s. Can we get it? We tested it. Did we break it? I think we broke it. I think we just tapped. Yeah, we just barely tapped through the session highs. Let's get some momentum and follow through on that. There's the break. I'm gonna, manage my risk. Manage risk. We need a clean breakout though. Clean break. If not, I'm out. Yeah. Bruno, hit the like, everyone. We need to get to 1,000 TP. 1,000 likes. Yeah, we're just not having any momentum on these breakouts. All right, I'm just going to close that for like $5. That's the price you paid getting in a little bit late. Sacrifice trade location. Because if I was paying attention and getting in around here, that's already take profit. I still think we could get that follow through, but there's a big risk of just rejection and the market selling off. We did get session highs, so I'm confident on. I like the follow through. I still think we might get it, but I mean, that breakout, we just didn't get it fast enough, right? That's a bummer.
You see, we're pushing now. I'm gonna hold this. Let's see. Stop above VWAP. I've got some room on it.
Okay. I should have been in this. Yeah, we're right back down on gold. Got 6-0. It's 6-0. Oh, we're almost to 700 likes. We could move the chat TP to say 800. I'll be nice. If we get to 800 likes, then I'll review that $12,000 trade, and then I'll show you that $500,000 week I made. Man, gold long's still looking good. Making higher lows and making higher highs. I just didn't see an opportunity for me to get into it. Back into it. NASDAQ. Oh, yeah. NASDAQ might just get through these 30s. Still up almost $400. Yeah, NASDAQ right back up to these highs. Yeah, NASDAQ breaking out. Yeah, it's gone. NASDAQ. Nice trade. Who's ever long NASDAQ? Shout out to you. Shout out for those long the NASDAQ. You're in the money. Yeah, we're almost to the light goal really quick when I said 800. TP's 800. Man, into the 40s already, NASDAQ is. Someone says long 1, MQ runner, NASDAQ for market open, long 3 micros. I closed it at 632. Hey, profit's profit.
We're coming right up on that VWAP.
NASDAQ
or
or gold?
GC.
GC.
For GC.
Okay. Yeah, NVIDIA earnings tomorrow after the bell. NASDAQ before market open. I mean, we're breaking out. It's as bullish as it gets when it comes to the NASDAQ. I don't want to say I love it or like it, but I'd like to retest these 680s here. Man, I seen it. I tell this with Coach J all the time, man. Sometimes it's easier to see the trades and call it out, and actually getting in and managing it is pretty dang difficult. Like this one. I was sitting there long, closed it, and then here we go, push from right back up into these 40s. Oh, here's SJR trades. SJR trades up $300, and I believe, yeah, SGR just took a payout too, and up money. Nice. SGR trades, you've been doing really well in still markets. Great work. Great work. Yeah, there goes the NASDAQ. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and show it. I trust and I believe you, chat. I have faith in chat that you're going to get to the 800 like goal. So I'm just going to go and review it because I have confidence in the YouTube chat that they'll do it. But anyway, here it is. Here it is. Even though you didn't get to the 800 likes, I'm going to show it. This is on, I put the link in the YouTube. Yeah, I break it down a little bit in this video, but I'm going to break it down more where I made, $12,000 today on a single trade. So there it is. It's on the social media, but I'm going to break it down the way that I viewed it while it was happening here. And it's a lot cleaner on Topstep X than it is on that other platform. And
I just got stopped.
Okay. Well, dang. Should have held on to that long. So here's what was going on. I got to review. I got to make sure I'm on the right time stamp because I trade with the 5-minute and then I also trade with the 100 tick chart as well, side by side. And you just gotta watch and see how it happened, because it's hard to do hindsight, right? Hindsight, it's easy to go back and say this, and this, but while it's happening, it can be a little bit difficult. So everyone knows what I was looking at. If you tuned in to Fast Markets, and I talked about it a little bit earlier, is back here in October. This is October 14th. We had buyers step in around this zone. Everything is a zone. It's not an exact level. So I'm looking at these as zones. It's basically lower 400s all the way up. Like, this is a zone. Okay, let's just say lower 400s. And I was looking for this level to bounce today during the New York session. And sure enough, I'm just going to mark this out. I'm just going to mark this out so you guys can see it. I'm going to mark it out, make it a lot easier for everyone to see. I'll say, okay, this is a nice buy zone. Is that what people call it? Buy zone, buyers stepping in around this level. Even all the way down to, look at this. Look at this. All the way down to this level today, where we got there. So that's what I was looking at in this New York session. This is an hourly chart. And then when I'm trading, I'm on a 5-minute chart. So as we were selling off, I called this one out live during the New York session, during Fast Markets. I said, okay, we should see a bounce around 440s. And sure enough, we bounced. We bounced around 440s. We held it. We held it. We held it. And we broke down. We swept below. We swept below to these 24-3. Swept. We swept the 380s. We swept the 380s. All right, my grammar freaking sucks. All right, deal with it. I could do math, but grammar, I failed grammar class. I got like a D. We swept below these 430s. We got down to 338, but while that was happening, I'm also watching this 100 tick chart. So as you could imagine how that went. Oh man, yeah. Anyway, let me make sure I get into the right one. Where we at? I thought I had it marked out. Maybe I didn't. Okay, I did. Okay, so here this is. So here's that sweep. Here's the sweep where we just flush sweep. See this big spike, this big sell-off. It is just like nothing. It's like almost like a rug pull down into these 390s. But look what happened after. We consolidated. We didn't find any follow through, and we did the same thing right back up, just straight right back up. So as we were down here, I started buying. I actually started buying some here. I got into 5 minis, and it was as we were going up. My average price was like 450, I think. So my average price was like right here, because I ended up getting some on the way up. I ended up getting like that. That's about where my fills were. And then over here on the 5-minute chart, the confirmation that just gave me the confidence in this trade was a 3-bar reversal. And I started getting in before this 3-bar reversal finished, but a 3-bar reversal is exactly what it sounds like. We have a big run or a sweep, and then we have a complete reversal to where the next candlestick breaks the previous candlestick's high. So basically when it finished breaking 473, that's when I got into my last 2 contracts. And then what I'm looking for is, okay, well, we failed to break lower and hold lower. We also have NVIDIA earnings tomorrow. And then we also have big data coming out Thursday. So I'm not expecting a huge move. So that was kind of on the back of my mind as well. And so I was looking for a retest of these upper 500s and 600s. I'm like, okay, if this is going to be a range, we failed to break down. So let's go right back up to these highs. And sure enough, it played out really well. So I happened to catch it live, like halfway through. I'm like, okay, pull it up. I'm going to record this. I'm going to talk about it. And so that's where it is. I put that link there. And so there's the video. It's only 2 minutes. I was able to cut through some of it and make it to where it's only a 2-minute long video, and break down. You guys can see where I got in and got out. And you can see that I'm trading the same way you see me trade on air. You see how I have my chart and then I have the DOM right here. It's the same thing where you see me here live on air. I have my chart and then I have the DOM over here to the right. and I'm placing orders. So the same way you see me trade here during slow markets or during fast markets is the same way I'm taking those trades, off air. So it's the same process, same thought process, same concepts. The way you make $200 can be the same exact way you make, $12,000. And I try and do my best to talk through the technicals while I'm on here. I joke around, I have fun, but there's a lot of truth to it, right? You see me try and take it live in front of everybody. Baron, you do a really good job at it too, where we're trying to explain this, managing a trade, but it plays out. It plays out, not 100% of the time, but enough to have a positive expectancy. Thoughts on that?
Yeah.
I like managing, like calling out trades versus managing them.
Yeah, like being able to sit here in front of like thousands of people, calling out trades, trying to explain it, because nobody sees the market the same.
I think I'm good at explaining trades. What I've noticed the last month is, like, even today. So I send out a aftermarket wrap, what I'm looking for going into the overnight session. Today, what did I say? I was looking for price to come down to 40.60 to 40.50, hold that level and take longs up to the New York high, which was my first long. That was my first initial idea. And if I had just stuck with that, it would have played out.
I honestly think on live, I trade worse than when I'm just trading regularly.
That's fair. That's how it is sometimes, is because when you're managing a stream and you're in front of everyone, you're trying to explain, trying to answer questions, you don't exactly have that focus, right? And you could be a little bit distracted. That's how it was for me for a while. That was part of my struggle at the beginning of the year. And I'm kind of getting over that. Just like, I'm just base hits. But look at gold. Like, damn, that was.
I know. I should just kept the long on. I had the long, and then I just decided, okay, I'm going to short this. So that happens as well. But what can you do? What can you do?
Yeah, I mean, look at this long. Do we go back? Do we break through and hit new session highs here? Like that's a lot of momentum.
This is most likely going to sweep that New York high now. Because I'll send you my analysis that I posted on my Discord. I'll shoot it over to you.
All right, shoot it to me. Where are you gonna send it?
It's just like sometimes I write it out, and I've noticed this the past 2 weeks. I'll call out really clean levels, and price will hit them pretty much to the T, and then there's user error in there where I end up taking a trade I shouldn't take.
Clean rally off today's HTF. Okay.
High time frame.
Higher time frame. Okay, I like it. I mean, it's kind of what you were explaining today, right?
Yeah,
Tonight.
Pretty much exactly what I explained at the start of the stream.
Okay. See, chat. You guys, slow markets. You guys get the good stuff, every single night. And look at gold just break out. Did anybody catch these long golds? I'm holding. Someone says they're holding. Man, I'm not gonna try and pronounce the name. Gold looks good. I'm holding 5 micros overnight from 40.60. So someone was holding that. That's a good trade.
Good fill on that.
Yeah, that's a good fill. That's a good hold. That's good. That's a good hold. Let's take a run and a look at the NASDAQ. NASDAQ, we broke session highs and we're starting to consolidate here in these 30s. Maybe it's just kind of a little bit of a consolidation pattern before we move higher. That's going to be my guess. We'll see. But look at everyone trading gold. Gold is making money for the YouTubers, the YouTube chat. Yo, mama. Okay. Still a good night, though. What's your quick analysis on gold right now? Well, I think we could go up. I think this thing is just going. I mean,
yeah. I mean, I can break down mine. Like I've it laid out. I just sent you the message, Dakota. But from that sell-off Thursday night, Friday, during New York session, we've a value area high at 40.80. So that was resistance in the New York session today. We came up there twice, rejected both times. But this push looks a lot better than the second push up there. If we get up to 4,100, you know, you can see resistance there just because it's a big cycle level. But if it gets past 4,110, there's pretty much no volume in that area until, let me take a peek here. Let me take a look. There's a big volume channel from, sorry, I said 4,110. There's a big volume channel from 4,120 up to like 4,150. So there's like a 40-point volume channel in there.
Yeah, and look at us. We're breaking through session highs right now. We're going. We're going. Look at all the volume coming in now.
Yeah, that's about to sweep the New York high. This is exactly what I wanted to see, and I cut the trade.
Where was this at? Where was this at like 20 minutes ago? Man.
I know.
Man.
I was in at 40.60. So.
Yeah, you were in the 40.60. Yeah. Oh, look at this. Session highs. Run into the New York session highs.
That's one of those trades where it's like, man, I'm gonna kick myself about this tonight.
We're gonna wake up in the morning and gold's gonna be at like 4,100, and you're like, God, no, man. Yeah. Just
gonna keep pushing.
Oh, well, everybody. Well, we know how it is. You can't get them all. You can't catch them all. Sometimes these markets are moving, and sometimes you just miss out, and you can't do nothing about it. Right? There's no point of crying over it. Tomorrow is.
You know what my mom says. My mom says.
What does your mom say?
Sometimes the bear bites you, and sometimes you bite the bear.
Well. Okay, fair enough. That's an interesting one. I've never heard that one before. Sometimes the bear bites you. The one I have heard was like, sometimes you're the windshield, sometimes you're the bug. Man, these markets are such a beautiful thing. During New York session, during the Asian session, is one easier than the other. I love this. I love the session we're in right now because there's a lot slower pace. It's a lot less sporadic. But I also love the New York session for its own unique. It's very volatile and crazy. So if I had to prefer one, this is my prefer. It's the slow markets.
I think I would take Asia over New York.
Yeah, me too. Especially the way it's been reacting lately. I mean, look at gold just continuing to push. It's just going higher and higher. So on that note, Tuesdays and Thursdays I've been ending it a little bit early. Do you have any last thing to go over, Baron, before we finish it up tonight?
Write your plan out and follow the plan. I wrote the plan out tonight. I had it pretty much perfect, and then didn't follow through on it. So plan those trades out. If you have, I had clear levels I was looking at, clear levels I identified, clear targets, and ended up cutting the trade short. So sometimes that happens. Gonna put that in my journal tonight, but. Plan out those trades, and typically they play out pretty well if you're using the right tools, volume profiles, support resistance, supply demands, that sort of thing. So happens, but yeah,
always, and that is the tip of the week for Topstep, right? The trading journal, writing things down, like I said, I'd love to be able to start 30 minutes early. I want to make sure there's enough demand for it. Everyone, I gave you 1,000 take profit. So get to it. If you're watching this as a recording, you know what it is. Let's get to 1,000 likes. We can do it. I will be on TopstepTV tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning is Wednesday. It's FOMC minutes tomorrow, not decision, just minutes, kind of see what's going on. We always have some Fed speakers looking at that 50-50 rate decision in December. It's bringing some spice into these markets. It's bringing volatility into these markets. And we have NVIDIA earnings tomorrow night after the bell. So tomorrow night's going to be a really good one for slow markets. We might see even more volatility than what we're seeing tonight. And then, pre-market Thursday, we're going to be having a lot of data come out. Like I said, like we were talking about unemployment, we have non-farm. It's going to be a big one in the next 24 hours. But I'm on with Braden. We're going to be, carving up these markets. I'm going into the New York session plus $380. So far, so good. It's been a good week in the live account. Just base hits, getting back to that consistent base hits, not looking for any big home runs. And let's finish off there. Thanks again, Baron. And I'll see everybody bright and early tomorrow morning, if not tomorrow night. Take care, everybody, and bye.
See you, Dakota.
See you, man.